This is Just Incredible, Justin Lang, and I have just a few quick wealth tips for you all. First and foremost, especially before Black Friday, before this paycheck that's coming up, you have to have the right mentality towards money. You have to understand that money is a tool. Money is not a person. Money has no emotions tied to it. It's literally a tool. You can use it to leverage, or you can actually use it to invest in something to get a return from it. Money has no feelings attached to it, so your feelings should never get attached to money. So your worth, your value, your self-esteem should have nothing to do with money. The more money you have, the greater your self-esteem should be. That should not be the case. And the lower the money you have, the lower your self-esteem should be. That should never be the case. With money, you need to make sure that you're not trying to impress other people by how much money you have and what you use the money for. Also, money is it. Those who are wealthy and maintain wealth, they're responsible with the money, and they make sure that excess money is either saved, invested, or put in the proper channels to be effective. I would say the next thing when it comes to money is make sure that you have a budget. All businesses have a budget in every single area. It's okay to splurge every once in a while, but make sure you maintain a budget, because it shows consistency and it shows discipline when it comes to money. I would say when it comes to 401ks at your job, make sure that if your company is matching 401ks, do it. It's free money. You can use that to roll over to different plans from there. Make sure that you are planning for the future at all times. And I would say one huge thing is make sure that you all have life insurance, especially if you have kids. The earlier you get life insurance, the better health you're in, the better coverage you're able to get, and the cheaper the coverage you're able to get as well. Most people think that life insurance is for older people. When I'm in my late 30s, I'm in my 40s, and my 50s, it's actually harder to get life insurance, because sometimes between your teens, your 20s, your 30-year-old lifestyle, sometimes you get injured, sometimes you're disabled, sometimes you have poor health decisions, and you're suffering the consequences from that. So therefore, when you go to get insurance and when you get medical exams taken on you, health insurance and life insurance, you're paying more, you're getting less coverage. With life insurance, make sure that you're getting it as quickly as possible, and don't just think, oh, life insurance is just to pay for the funeral. That's not the case, not even close. The average funeral costs anywhere between $8,000 and $12,000. How do I know this? Is because I sat down and I planned with my grandfather. I sat right next to him at the funeral home, and we talked casket prices, we talked everything, death certificates, funeral flower arrangements, burials, the limo, all of the good stuff, to the T. I know about how to negotiate for funerals. But funeral costs, let's just say anywhere between $8,000 and $12,000. Not only that, if you own a home, to make sure that the home is paid off, property taxes, making sure that any debts that you have, extra houses, rental properties or so, any homes or vehicles, credit cards, student loan debts, making sure that your college tuition, school funding, or any type of savings plans that you've had for your children, your grandchildren, spouse, and all those alike. Make sure that those are covered, and the actual lifestyle. A lot of times we're thinking, oh, I'm making $100,000, and that since I'm making $100,000 when I die, everybody will be straight with my life insurance plan. Well, no, if $100,000 was coming in consistently every single year for 10 years, you die, that $100,000 is not going in, and people will feel the effects sooner than later. It only takes 365 days for people to feel $100,000 not come in. So how are you, when you think of life insurance, you need to make sure that you have 1, 2, 3, maybe even 5 years, maybe even 10 years if you can, worth of coverage for your family, so they don't have to bury you today, move out of the house tomorrow. And with your life insurance, make sure that you have that you plan your estate. Make sure that you have a will. Make sure that if you're giving money out to children who are younger or who are minors, that you space it out. You give instructions. Make sure that they have drug tests, whatever stipulations that you want, whatever trust that you want to set up. Make sure that you plan that out. Life is crazy, man, and and sometimes death comes sooner than we think that it was gonna happen. But we have to be just wise with this, and that's how generational wealth goes into families and families, from generation to generation. 10, 20, 30 years of people having insurance plans and crossing over and rolling over $500,000 here, $1 million here, $2 million here within 4 generations. You're talking about wealth for people to start up their business straight from the ground. They don't have to go to a bank for a loan. They don't have to do a GoFundMe account to bury relatives. Or if emergencies happen and natural disasters strike, they have enough money to cover those losses. So with that being said, if you have any questions concerning life insurance, estate planning, things like that, just hit me up in a DM. Give me a call. You got my number somewhere out there. Reach out to me and I can help you out with that as well. Love you guys. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm wearing jeans and some sneakers.